Hello students, in this lecture today we will study about the simple applications of refraction. What is the reason that when we immerse a stick or a pen in the underwater, partly it is outside water, partly it is inside water, and if it is immersed obliquely, if it is dipped obliquely, it is found that it appears to be bent and short. It appears bent and short means क्या हो जाती है, तिरछी हो जाती है and its length decreases. It's clear. Similarly, if a coil is under water and you are observing from above the water level, what happens? You find that the coil appears nearer to you. It appears nearer to you than its actual depth. Means its depth becomes lesser than the actual depth. It appears nearer to you. So what is the reason behind all these things? So it is because of the refraction. So reason, what is the reason? It is because of the refraction. Everything this takes place because of the refraction. A stick appears bent and short when dipped obliquely in water, or a coil or the bottom of the beaker which is containing water, it appears to be reached, it becomes shallow, the swimming pool appears shallow, filled swimming pool means in which the water is filled, and that its bottom it appears shallow means at the less depth. It is because of the refraction of light. It is because of refraction of light. So we will study about that by the diagram, how it occurs. So see here, suppose here this is a beaker. It is containing some amount of water. Water is a transparent liquid, so we will take water. We will not take any translucent or opaque liquid, otherwise bottom will not be visible to you. Coin which is dipped inside it will not be visible to you if the liquid is some opaque liquid, or translucent liquid. So suppose here there is any object which is kept here, you can name this object as O. So what will happen when you will observe it from the, I am taking blue pen, yes it is here. Now you can see here, so from here two rays I have taken, two rays which have started, though numerous rays will start and they will go in the different directions. They will go in the different directions, but I have taken only two rays. This is some illuminated object, suppose there is a point source of light below the bottom of this beaker. Here there is some point source of light. Now see here, so one ray is going this way. So you can see here, since it is falling perpendicularly, therefore what will happen? It will pass straight. It will pass straight without bending. It will go. This ray we can name as OA. Now there is another ray which is going obliquely. Here it is going obliquely. Obliquely means slanting direction, not in the vertical direction. So since it is moving from where to where? From water to air. It is moving from water to air. This point you can name as B. This point you can name as B. So this is water and this is air. So what will happen? It will bend away from the normal. It will bend away from the normal. Means it will go in this way. You can see it is going in this way. Now one refracted ray is this and the other ray which have gone without deviation is this. When you will proceed in this direction, what will happen? They will not meet because the separation of them is increasing. when you proceed them in forward direction, separation is increasing, therefore they will not meet. But when it is produced back, it appeared to come from here. It appeared to come from here. Means from this point it is appeared to coming. This is the apparent image of the object O. I is the apparent image of the object O. Here this will be the apparent image. Here we have given some name here. This is N O B, or you take this as M. It's clear. So this I will be the apparent image of the object O when seen from here. Suppose this is your eye. It's clear. Here these two rays I have taken at a very far distance. It's clear. But they will be very close. It's clear. As I have told that there are numerous rays will start. So only for clarity I have taken point B separated from A. Actually B will be very close to A. Because then only these two rays will reach simultaneously in the eyes. Only for clarity it is drawn separated. One reach this and other reach this. You can take both the rays slanting. It's clear. Now see here this will be the angle of incidence I. What is this? This is the angle of refraction R. You can see here this is I, therefore this angle will also be I. Why it will be I? You can see this is equals to this alternate angle. This angle is R, therefore this will also be equal to R. Because these two are the corresponding angles. Now if you write the refractive index. So see here, this is the denser medium and this is rarer medium. This is denser. Suppose this is water and this is here, it is air. So what will be ray of light is going from where to where? From denser to rarer. So d mu r. What is the meaning of d mu r? Refractive index of rarer medium with respect to denser medium. So it will be equal to sin I upon sin r. You can write sin I upon sin r. It's clear. Now you can see here in triangle OAB, what will be sin I? Triangle OAB. If you see here, sin I will be equal to what? Sin I, it is perpendicular upon hypotenuse, that is AB upon OB. Sin I will be equal to AB upon OB. It's clear. Now similarly in triangle IAB, what will be sin R? So it will be AB upon IB. Triangle IAB. So what will be sin R? Sin R equals to AB upon IB. This will be AB upon IB. So what will be d mu r? D mu r you can write sin I upon sin r. In place of sin I you write AB upon OB. In place of sin r, AB upon IB. When you will simplify, it will be equal to what? AB upon OB, and it will invert and multiply, so IB upon AB. It will invert and multiply. So what is d mu r? D mu r equals to IB upon OB. Now see here. Here we have assumed that this will be the relation, that is d mu r will be equal to IB upon OB. Now if we assume if image is observed vertically, image is observed vertically means we are observing, suppose this is the container and we are observing this. It's clear. Our line of sight is this. Our line of sight is vertical. We can observe slantingly also. Our line of sight at this moment is in the slanting direction, in this direction. It is clear. Now at this moment it is vertically down. It is clear. So here after this relation we have assumed that if image is observed vertically, when image will be observed vertically, then point B will be close to A. It is clear. Then point B, this point is very very important here. Here after this the relations which we will get, they will be under the condition that the image is being observed vertically. It's clear. This relation, in this relation there is no approximation, but after that the relation which we are going to get, that will be based upon the fact that image is being observed vertically. So when image is observed vertically, then point B will be close to point A, and when point B will be close to the point A, what will be? OB is closer to the OA. It's clear? Since it is being observed, so OB will be something like this. Here it will be. So in that case, we can assume point B is here. When point B is here, then OB will be this point is OB will be approximately equal to AB, OA, and IB will be approximately equal to IA. It's clear? You can see here. When we take this point as B, then OB is this. This is the OB. It's clear? OB and AB both will be same length, and similarly IB and IA will be equal. It's clear? Then OB will be nearly equal to OA. IB is nearly equal to IA. So what will be d mu r? D mu r, it is the refractive index of rarer medium with respect to denser. It will be equal to IA upon OB upon OA. In place of IB you write IA, in place of OB you write OA. Now see here, after this, since it is the mostly we express the refractive index of denser medium with respect to rarer. Here it is the refractive index of rarer medium with respect to denser. So we will write R mu D. R mu D. R mu D is what? Refractive index of denser medium with respect to rarer medium. Which means suppose if this is water and this is air, then R mu T will be equal to A mu W. It will be equal to A mu W. It's clear? So R mu T you can write as 1 upon d mu R. 1 upon d mu R. And when we do the reciprocal, it will become OA upon IA. It will become OA upon IA. It's clear? So see here. When you will write this, so R mu D, this is R mu D equals to OA upon IA. Now what is OA? OA is what? OA is the real depth of the point and IA is the apparent depth. It's clear? OA is the actual depth, IA is the apparent depth. So it is equal to the real depth upon apparent depth. Upon apparent depth. It's clear? Now this relation we have got under this approximation that the image is being observed vertically. Now what will be how much the object has shifted? How much the object has shifted? So it has shifted by distance OI. Without water, without any liquid, here its actual depth is equal to OA. But after filling the denser liquid, what has happened? Its depth has remained only AI. So shift कितना हुआ, ऑब्जेक्ट में कितना, ऑब्जेक्ट की इमेज कितना ऊपर बढ़ गई, so it is equal to OI. So shift equals to OI. OI you can write as what? OA minus IA. OA minus IA. Now OA you take out common. 1 minus IA upon OA. It's clear. Now what is IA upon OA? It is the reciprocal of this. It is the reciprocal of denser medium. It is the reciprocal of denser medium, or that medium in which the object is situated. It's clear. So simply we write it as OA 1 minus 1 upon mu. Why it is reciprocal? You can see OA upon IA equals to mu. So IA upon OA equals to 1 upon mu. What is OA? It is the thickness of the denser medium. It is the thickness of denser medium. So shift equals to, you can write shift equals to thickness of denser medium within bracket 1 minus 1 upon mu. Within bracket 1 minus 1 upon mu. This. And this relation is also under this approximation. It's clear? Now see here, after this we will see what are the factors on which the shift depends. What are the factors on which the shift depends? So it depends upon the thickness. It's clear? Means up to which height this liquid is filled. What is the thickness of this? This may be a glass slab also. What is the thickness of the glass slab? Or what is the height up to which the liquid is filled? More the thickness, more will be the shift. It's clear? Means suppose the liquid is filled up to here, up to this level, then what will be? Now thickness will be increased. Earlier thickness is only this much. Now thickness has become this much because liquid is filled up to here. It's clear? So liquid is filled up to the greater height, thickness will be more, so there will be more shift. Number 2, it depends upon the refractive index. Now see here, how it depends upon the refractive index? Mu. If the refractive index is more, more mu. You can see here, when the value of mu is more, then 1 upon mu will be less. Will be less. 1 upon mu will be less. When 1 upon mu will be less, so what will be? 1 minus 1 upon mu. 1 से हम जब less चीज subtract करेंगे, then the result will be more. So 1 minus 1 upon mu will be more. Will be more. And when this is more, then shift will be more. Shift will be more. So more the refractive index, more will be the shift. In terms of wavelength, as we know that what is the relationship between wavelength and refractive index? More wavelength, less refractive index. More wavelength, refractive index will be, Ri will be less. When Ri will be less, so what will be? Shift will be less. Shift will be less. Means For red color, shift will be less. For red color, shift will be less than violet color. It's clear? Than violet color. For red color, shift will be less than violet color. It's clear? So this we will remember. More the value of mu, less will be 1 upon mu. So 1 minus 1 upon mu will be more. When 1 minus 1 upon mu will be more, what will be? Shift will become more. It's clear? Similarly, more the wavelength, refractive index is less. Refractive index is less, so what will be? Shift will be more, because already we have seen more mu, more shift. So less mu, less shift. It's clear? So this. Now there is one more very important application, but here all of you remember all these expressions, this relation, mu equals to a real depth upon apparent depth. All these are correct only when it is assumed that the object is observed obliquely or vertically. Object is observed vertically. It is seen vertically down. It's clear? Then, but these relationships, they will be correct. It's clear? So they will be correct whether it is observed obliquely or it is observed vertically. Now there is one more. When any stick is immersed obliquely in water, it appears bent and short. When a stick is immersed obliquely in water, it appears bent and short. So this I am going to explain with the help of diagram. What is the reason behind this? It is because of the refraction of light. You remember this? This is because of the refraction of light. If it is asked what is the reason? Because of the refraction of light. It's clear? Now you can see here. When an object is immersed obliquely in water, not object, a stick is immersed obliquely in water, it appears bent and short. It appears bent and short. You can see here. This is a stick which is immersed obliquely. Here portion BC is under water. Portion BC is under water. So see here. Here what will happen? The image of C will form where? It will form just above to the C. It will form above to the C. When object will be immersed here, its image will form above to the C. It's clear that you can see here. Now see here. Image will form above to the C, and how? You can see here. You take two rays. Here I have taken two slanting rays. One slanting ray is this, and another slanting ray is this. It's clear. What will happen after refraction? Since they are moving from rarer to the denser to the rarer, from water to the air. So what will happen? They will bend away from the normal. They will bend away from the normal. So here suppose this ray is going in this direction and this ray is going in this direction. They will bend away from the normal. This is one ray and this is the another ray. Now when you will produce in the forward direction, they will not meet. But when you will produce them back, they appear to come from where? They will appear to come from they are produced back, they appear to come from this point. Means the image of C will form at C dash. Image of C will form at C dash. Same will be true for all other points which are in between B and C. Their image will form where? In between B and C dash. It's clear? Their image will form where? It will form in between B and C dash. It's clear? It will be this. So what will happen? On observing from here, it will appear bent and short. You can see here its length has become smaller. It will appear bent and short. It's clear? So this is all about in this lecture. You will do all the questions of this exercise, including the examples. It's clear? Here example 1, example 2, all the examples are very important. Good questions are given in the example here. So you will do numericals are based on this formula. Refractive index equals to the real depth upon apparent depth. There is one more formula, shift equals to thickness of the denser medium in the bracket 1 minus 1 upon mu. Mu is the refractive index of denser medium. So that you can do. It's clear? Do you do the practice of these diagrams also? So now this part has finished. In the next lecture we will start from total internal reflection and critical angle. It's clear? Thank you.